As 2023 rapidly comes to a close, we can't forget about our yearly basketball sim, NBA 2K24. Developed by Visual Concepts and published by Take-Two Interactive, this year's entry focuses on changes to badge progression in MyCareer, salary capping in MyTeam, the Giant City, the new animation technology ProPLAY, and seasons. This entry also marks the 25th anniversary of the NBA 2K series. Visual Concepts has been working on the series since its inception, and has changed the game's fundamentals plenty of times since that first SEGA published title hit stores. I'm a bit rusty, but let's hit the court. NBA 2K24's menu is refreshed from 23's, but in the end it's all the same idea. You'll find your MyCareer, MyTeam, MyLeague, the W, etc. all over here. The menu is smooth and getting around it is pretty easy. I jumped into MyCareer to start off, and for the uninitiated, in MyCareer you build your own character and start them right away into their own NBA career instead of starting in college. You can also join any team you'd like, which I wholly prefer over prior releases. You start off as a third generation player following the footsteps of the greats, but how you play is more than just the number on your jersey. You'll build your player through a fairly robust character creator, and this time around I opted to use the face scanning feature, which requires you to use the NBA 2K app on your phone. I let the game do its magic, one crash aside, and I got something that potentially resembled me. Besides that, you can modify the face a bit and from there work on your character's build and strats from scratch, or by choosing a basketball pro as a starting profile. Then you're tossed right into 2K's huge city with plenty of cutscenes that are scripted well, but I never really paid attention to them. Off the bat, I would say some of the biggest changes is to the game's animation tech stack. Dubbed ProPLAY technology by Visual Concepts, the company touts it as a big improvement to how players react to moment-to-moment plays, instead of relying on motion capture by actors. And you know what? Things really have changed for the better here. Dribbles and passing look a lot more natural than prior games. It's almost like magic, watching players walk the court ball in hand. And as always, jumping into gameplay is smooth, and making GOAT shots is satisfying, up until they get blocked or you miss. Sadly, this animation system doesn't make it over to the city, where the skateboard still feels like you're dragging a rock across sand. But the space is huge, with lots of other players running around and featuring plenty of side quests you can tackle. Of course, you can always opt to hit the courts and play with others straight away, though prepare to get smacked around by everyone building specific 6'8" players for everything that isn't center. But what I think is 2K24's defining mode this time around is Kobe Bryant's Mamba Moments. A series of games in Kobe's career that players can relive, down to the very footage captured during those games as well as the signage. These games also have challenges that match the kind of plays Kobe accomplished during those matches. It's a nice touch to Kobe's legacy, and a mode that I wholly recommend players to try out before they begin the endlessly grind of MyTeam. Like every year, MyTeam flashes its shiny colors at the player. Card packs that have players from all over the NBA history and the like, and you get a chance to pick your starting cards for NBA teams all over. Go Pelicans! A returning mode to 2K24 is Salary Cap, where teams of yours will be limited to an overall salary, and those players' salaries will change over the course of the season and depending on your usage of the cards. It's one of those systems where you'll see how things play out over the course of the game's lifespan, so we'll see how Visual Concepts keeps this fair. But I can't say I'm a fan of this mode, and particularly this year's edition. MyTeam, in my experience, has always felt luck-based, and you can only really have fun if you have some of the best cards. But this year's 2K incorporates not only the ability to purchase MyTeam points, currently used to buy card packs, but also these new season passes that give players bonuses per level up in MyTeam or MyCareer. You can purchase the Pro or Hall of Fame passes for $9.99 or $19.99 respectively, but also the most expensive pass gives players a 15% EXP boost and 10 whole level skips. The auction house is gone too, for what it's worth. For a game that already has so many monetization methods, this is not cool at all. For reference, even the 100,000 VC bundled with the Black Mamba edition can barely get your character in MyCareer to an overall rating of 76, and that takes a bit of a grind too. That being said, Triple Threat is still a fun grind to play, and then you can go online and destroy your opponents and play with friends. Crossplay is truly a blessing to the age of online modes. NBA 2K24 is a marginal improvement from the last game, and that's been the case for a while now. The Women's NBA mode remains largely unchanged from 2K23, as is MyLeague, but the game offers a solid tracklist this time around, songs like Bad Habit and Rumble. The changes made to offense play feel good, but I felt like unless you have a strong defense build, you're better off just hoping they miss. The new animation system is great, and even to the untrained eye, it's a solid upgrade to prior releases. There's still not much of a tutorial system, especially at dribbling, which Visual Concepts have made some significant changes to. The badge system this time around is really tough too, as I felt that I could barely nudge any of them past the first tier, and they would keep progressing if I didn't focus on a particular play like 3-pointers, but I digress. NBA 2K24 continues the series' long basketball simulation elements, but some egregious monetization this time around and changes to progression make this entry a little more frustrating than it has to be. Still, the Mama Moments mode is a super cool tribute to an awesome player, and for me, quick play with family is where it's always at.